Hey guys, welcome and welcome back. Today we're doing a collective reading, and as usual I'm going to pull an oracle card at the beginning to get some context for the reading and get a past, present and future, and I'll clarify that bitch out. Okay, so flipping out at me right now, we get you can't go back to yesterday, you are rare and free. Usually only pull one oracle card each, but these kind of flipped out at once. And it's a reminder to be in the present, not to go back to how things were, how things used to be. Remembering that everyone is unique and that everyone has, their quirks, and everyone has their ability to be who they are, and not to kind of discount who you are as a reason to go back to a situation or a person or to a job or anything that doesn't really serve you and your highest good. And I'm looking to ask the guides for clarification for the collective, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so right now we get the release card, which is the death card, obviously. It's death card, King of Cups, and the 3 and 4 of Swords came out at the same time, which is really it's the end of this situation for you. It's a time of spiritual transformation. You really come into your own. You're coming out as this is what's best for you. This is what's best for your best and highest good. You are able to open your heart and your mind around you and really look at what you're willing to bring to the table, and really look at becoming this King of Cups energy. And in the future, I see you taking that time for yourself and being able to forgive yourself and forgive other people for who they have been and for who you have been, or how you may have acted, or how you may have been treated, and making a lot of time for yourself to be able to really, take those steps to do what is within your best, like what you feel is the best thing for you. And with this death card, people like to view that as a really bad thing, but I don't. And the Lovers card came out, which is about that's Gemini energy. So you get the Capricorn energy with the death. That is a lot of bringing that into the 3D reality. You're bringing that end of a cycle into the 3D. The Lovers card can be about lovers, can be about divine relationships. It can be about all those things, and this may be able to bring you to a place where you are able to have those divine relationships, or it can be about having that divine integration within you, where you've integrated both the feminine and the masculine inside of yourself, and so that kind of fills your cup for you. You're the King of Wands, the King of Cups, and so you don't really need to be limiting yourself to these experiences that no longer fill up your cup for you. You are able to look at things from an emotional point of view and say, yes, this lesson served me. Yes, this person served me. It's not without its emotions. Like, it's very much still feeling from the heart and feeling that, this hurt me, or this situation, like this person, I still love them and I still care about them, but what is for your best and highest good, I have coming out for me, is the Four of Wands, which is the 1111 card. This is the wish granted. You're on your way with the Lovers and the Four of Wands. That really signifies that you're on your divine path, and whether or not that means a twin flame connection, it doesn't have to. Some people view it as a twin flame connection, but it can usually mean the twin flame inside of you too. Like, not everyone has a 3D relationship, as I've said before, with their divine twin, and sometimes people can get stuck on the divine twin relationship coming into union in the 3D, that they stop really doing that work for themselves and it becomes all about the connection. But this is kind of a reminder that once you are able to put the spiritual path ahead of your thoughts or feelings or attachments to a particular person or a particular situation, that these really is in your best interest and in theirs in the long run too, because you don't want to be feeling like a bird trapped in a cage. You're not a bird trapped in a cage where you're not able to have your own happiness the way that you want it to, and so are they. They also deserve to have that love and kindness, and they also deserve to feel like people love and care about them, not because of some attachment or not because of some wound, but because they genuinely love and care about them. And that can be really hard, especially if you're dealing with a romantic relationship and not just like a boss or a business, or, you know, if this isn't for your highest good, you can still feel some sadness over that, and you can still be in touch with your emotions and be the King of Cups and still be able to really look at it as you know, a sad time. But that doesn't mean that it's going to limit you from your ability to create what it is that you desire and get that Four of Wands and get that lover. You know, it doesn't necessarily mean a relationship, but what you don't see coming flipped out at me, and it's the Justice card in reverse, which can definitely be about feeling guilty or feeling a sense of dishonesty, like you've gone against someone, and so you're feeling guilty about this. So maybe you've left a job and you've left other people in charge, and you know, you kind of have to detach yourself emotionally. Like with this Queen of Swords, you kind of have to be a little apathetic. Like you can't just be fully thinking about other people and putting yourself last. You have to really be able to say, okay, I would love to save everyone. I would love to do everything for everyone, but it's come to a time where, you know, justice needs to be served for me. And the Queen of Swords is basically having that judgment of, what is it? Not just staying because you know that you're going to be able to help someone else and then put yourself in a terrible position. You've got the Two of Swords, which is also about difficult decisions, and it's about not blinding yourself to the decisions. Either way, it's going to be hard. Either way, it's kind of like a double-edged sword. Like you have to take the best with what comes, and at the end of it, you get the celebration of friendship and working together with this Three of Cups. You're able to kind of come into friendships and relationships that don't limit your ability to be able to create what you want. And this can be a really hard time for a lot of people, and I want to extend that that sense of, I guess, empathy with people, because even though you are going to have to make a kind of apathetic choice, the choice does not come without its own burdens. Like, it's still hard to remain completely unbiased when you have commitments and when you have relationships and when you have a commitment to a work situation. But I see you going with the Two of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles, being able to find the time to bring in this into the 3D reality, like really being able to bring what it is that you want into your 3D world, and not just sort of leaving it behind as a dream, and not just sort of leaving it behind as something that could happen. Sorry. And really making sure that when you're making these decisions, you're also taking into consideration your own self and your own happiness and your own ability to be able to make decisions that are in your best interest, and not just consistently thinking about other people too. I'm going to get Okay, so coming through with the Knight, the Four of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. Yeah, I really do see you sitting there. You're weighing out your options. You're weighing out how this can be the best for everyone. And at the bottom of the deck, what you don't see coming is the world. So with the Nine of Cups, you're really coming into a fruition of, things are coming true for you. Things are, you're getting that love, or you're getting that life that you want. And the world is really signifying that big change of, you've come into a new place in your life, you're coming into a new way, and you're really bringing in those manifestations for yourself. And it's really hard to sit there and say, oh, this really terrible thing happened in my life. How can that be a positive thing? When you're able to kind of live authentically within yourself, it's really hard to leave people behind. And it's really hard to leave situations behind. But you're allowed to hold them into your heart, and you're allowed to have them in your space. But they take on a different level of relationship than the relationship that you have with yourself, like you have with the Lovers card and with the Four of Wands, and with that Death card. Is really hard to view death or view an ending of a situation as a positive thing. But when you're able to kind of see that all things can naturally come to an end, and our resistance and our blocks putting a stop to that, or kind of limiting our beliefs, like, compromising on your dreams and your passions and your desires or your needs or your wants for your spiritual path, is not exactly a beneficial thing for you. And having the type of friendships and relationships that limit that doesn't mean that you don't have feelings or you are completely apathetic, but you have to be making apathetic decisions when it comes to what is for your best and highest good. And that can be viewed as very selfish. You will have a lot of people that might sit there and say that you're being selfish because, you should be willing to compromise, or you should be willing to compromise your own happiness for another person's because you care about them. And that's simply not true. And when we're coming to the stage of, like with the full moon in Libra that we had on the 25th really did put some things in motion towards people recognizing their spiritual gifts, and people seeing those things kind of open up and being able to take that with a level of discernment that they're not going to kind of doubt themselves anymore. They're not going to doubt what their purpose is and why they're going to be here on this earth, or what exactly their purpose is for why they're here. And I see you going into the unknown and changing quite quickly and finding the right way to create what you desire, and becoming a lot braver at being able to stand on your own and get stronger. And you start to develop this level of curiosity to be able to kind of say, well, this is what's happening. Like, you fall down the well, you change in the night, you find the right way to go about this. You become a lot braver every step that you take, and you get more and more curious about how you're going to go down this path and what it's going to mean for you. But I see you looking closely at everything and investigating this and really going, well, I've always been told that to have a good relationship, you need to do this, you need to do that. And you're finding that, you do need to take the steps to think before you act, and you need to make sure that you're still taking on what you've learned and using that to your best benefit. And underneath, what I see as it's kind of maybe a warning, this: don't drink poison. Don't get swallowed up by the things that are negative in your life, and don't do things or be around things or be in situations that are not good for you in the long run. And that can be as easy as having addictions, or that can be as easy as as forgetting who you are and forgetting that you are going to come across these opportunities that, you know, once your curiosity takes stage, you're going to be able to remember that you are free to make these decisions. You are free to be able to take whatever path you want to take, and the opportunities will start showing up the second that you kind of fall into that place of doing what's best for you and doing it with a level of curiosity and openness, and not so much feeling blocked and restrained by your choices, and remembering that you belong to your own dream. You're not here to live someone else's dream. You're not here to really keep up and advance, and you're not here to try and keep up with someone else's dream. You're not here to be held to someone else's standard of what they believe a relationship should look like, or what, you know, if you want to be making it big in the world, you've got to put in this many hours. You've really got to remember that there's no need to fear. There's no need to forget who you are. You need to believe in the impossible things that life can bring you, and really take that leap of faith. It's time to make every moment in your life count. There's no more wasting it, no more waiting around, no more hoping that things will change. The time has come. I hope you all have a good day.